folks, Pipeman 1861 here. Well, the time change has done it again. It's getting dark real early. I'm sitting out here in the backyard, of course. I've got one of my antique lighting devices going here. It's working nicely. It's studio lighting at the moment. So. I'm smoking Lane 1Q in the Pipe That Wouldn't Die, the old CPF Dublin, or maybe CPF Zulu, I guess that is a Zulu. That has just been beat to absolute crap and back, but it still smokes beautifully. A little bit of housekeeping. Me and my wife went to a reenactment in Illinois over this weekend, and had a very nice time. We got a group tintype with some very dear friends of ours. Me and my wife had a really nice one taken as well. I'll try to insert the group one, let's see, I'd say right about here. And so that's the photo. If I'm able to get it inserted, I'll insert it right there. But turned out nicely. And on the way out there, we stopped at an antique mall. And I found a couple of things I wanted to show to you all. First one is this little guy. Lighting is not super ideal, but it's one of these little pipe knives. It has the tamper on the end, has the pick, and for the blade, it's going to be nice and sharp once I sharpen it, but it has a nice rounded end on it, so you can scrape the carbon out of your pipe, your cake, to ream it without gouging the bottom of the bowl. It's Richards made in Sheffield. Did some looking. Richards actually started out as a German company, and then they came over to England in the late 30s. So this is probably from the 50s, I'd say, 50s or 60s. But it's a nice little knife. Got a really good deal on that. I was amazed at how many pipe-related things were at that antique mall. The other thing was this. I'm a sucker for pipe rests. Look at that. Isn't that awesome? See, just giddy up partner. Cowboy boot pipe rest. It's in really good shape too. And as far as I've seen, this was a exceptionally good deal too. So I was really happy with this. Nice heavy cast pewter, I think. So that's a really neat one. I really like that. So we had fun. Anyway, the video tonight, I'm going to show you actually the lamp that I have burning right here. It's my student lamp. It's a Sun Vapor Streetlight Company gasoline mantle student lamp. It was made about 1900 and 1905 in that general area. I've only seen an exact one of these in an advertisement. I've never seen another one that's exactly like mine. I've seen some hanging models, but I've never seen the student model. It burns very nicely. Of course, it's not exactly the safest thing in the world. Burning gasoline, I use Coleman Camp fuel. That's a closer approximation of what gasoline would have been in the very early 1900s, but without all the additives and detergents and whatnot. But I'm going to go ahead. I made a video showing the lighting process, the warm-up, and all that. So you all watch that, and I will see you in just a few minutes. Thank you, folks. See you in a minute here. This is the Sun Vapor Street Light Company student lamp. It's made in Canton, Ohio. It's a gasoline mantle burner lamp. This is the tank, normal student lamp tank. You would remove this, turn it, remove it. There's a valve on the bottom inside. You'd fill the internal tank up with gasoline. Modern equivalent would be Coleman Camp Fuel. And then you'd close the valve, turn it, invert it, and put it down in there. And it'll just release just enough down this tube, just enough to keep it going. The tube goes down this tube and over. That is Mima. Hello, Mima. And then there's this valve right here. This is the main fuel valve. When you open this, just a little bit, it allows the gasoline to flow through here. There is a cotton packing in this to prevent flashback and also to help to regulate the flow of gasoline. There is the mantle with the chimney and the gallery. Remove that for a moment. And this is the burner. All right. I don't know. I very much doubt you'll be able to read this. I need to polish it up. Basically, this badge here says this incandescent gasoline burner sold upon the express condition which is agreed to by the purchaser, that it shall not be sold or used for public, park, or street lighting purposes, and is subject, sorry I'm moving around so much, I'm trying to read it, and is subject to this condition whosoever is, I can't quite make out that. It's been a long time since I read that, but that basically it says you are not supposed to use this lamp for street or public lighting purposes. This was their home, their residential model. They made street lights that use the same principle. And this is the light valve. You would crack this open, and this is a needle valve that regulates the flow of gasoline vapor into the mantle. So we are going to go through the lighting process of this lamp. First thing you do is, I believe they used denatured alcohol in this. That's what I usually use, but I'm going to go ahead and try to use a little bit of good old Zippo lighter fluid, because in case you didn't know, for all intents and purposes, Zippo lighter fluid is basically the same thing as Coleman Camp Fuel. It has approximately the same flash point, which I find interesting. And I have used Coleman Camp Fuel in my lighters, and it works quite nicely. And it is considered, it doesn't smell as good as Zippo fluid. That's the reason why I still buy Zippo fluid for my lighters. But okay, but this is the first time I've ever tried to use white gas or Zippo fluid for preheating this. And I usually, if I'm going to be using it, I just preheat this with a blowtorch. So you fill this up just like so. We're going to see, this might smoke a little bit. We'll have to see. That's a beautiful thing about using denatured alcohol. Go ahead and light it. Yeah, got a little bit on the surface of the knob there. Let's redo that. There we go. Go ahead and light it. And you let it burn. Actually, that's not bad. That isn't producing any, it's producing a very small amount of smoke, but not bad. Basically, you just let this burn until the, I'm going to go ahead and put the gallery on, just like so. Basically, you just let this burn until all the fuel is burned off, which it doesn't really take too terribly long. It is smoking a little bit. And that preheats the burner. This basically works in the same way as an old gasoline blowtorch. So it preheats the burner and allows the gasoline to vaporize coming into that tube. And once the lighter fluid is burned out of the cup, the preheat cup, then we will be able to, just about done. And I can hear this thing pressurizing. So we're going to open this valve up about one turn. Now, I'm going to get a match out. Try and do this all one-handed, which isn't the easiest thing in the world. We're going to light the match. I'm going to crack this valve open. It's always hot. Crack this valve open just a little. And we're going to light it. And just like that, you see there? I'm going to open her up a little. And just like that, look at there. Isn't that amazing? There we go. It'll get brighter than that even. There we go. And I would say that this burns about as bright as a 60-watt light bulb. And there's no pressure, which made it considerably safer for in-home use than a lot of the pressurized, such as the Coleman table lamps. Coleman did indeed make household table lamps, but this was a little bit safer yet than those. Still dangerous, don't get me wrong, but... And originally this lamp would have had a shade that would have gone over this chimney and made it a little bit easier to look at, because with the lights off, let me turn the light off real quick here. At least one of the lights. With the lights off, that can be pretty painful to look at, really. So with the lights off, the shade would have really helped. Mine was feeling left out. Yep. But that is my Sun Vapor Streetlight Company student lamp. Hope you enjoyed that. Back to the video. Well, I hope you enjoyed that. It's amazing to me, the minds of people years ago. People were better at problem solving. The inventions of the time show it. And if you didn't have access to city gas, I got to remember, this was before the Aladdin mantle, a kerosene mantle lamp had been developed. So this was a very attractive option as long as you were able to handle it carefully. There were a lot of fires that were caused by these things, and mostly due to carelessness. So you have to be careful, just like nowadays, you know. But I am, for one, very glad that we have electric lights now. These are fun to use every once in a while, but I'm glad I don't have to. Well, anyway, everybody, I'm going to let you go. This is Pipe Man, 1861. Say goodbye, good luck, may the good Lord take a liking to you. I'll see you all again real soon, and as always, happy smoking. Thank you, folks. Bye now.